Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and the cheapest coins anywhere, make sure you guys check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another Madden Ultimate Team video, and today I'm going to be going over the content that we could potentially see this month in Madden 22. Keep in mind, right, everything is a little bit, how do I word this? Pretty much we have 18 weeks, right, in the NFL season now. So certain promos that we got last year in January may be pushed back. Specifically, Super Bowl, which last year actually came out February 1st, but I wanted to mention that because I feel like people were going to comment about that. That is not going to be in January, obviously, with us at now having 18 weeks in the regular NFL season. And also the Team of the Year promo, I'm going to touch on that lightly, but I don't actually know if that's going to be in January or not, but I'll get to that. But I do want to give a shout out to Ryan Samora for being a part of the Nota Gang. If you guys have a chance to shout out the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, notification on, and comment down below Nota Gang. And also, if you guys want to check out Underdog Fantasy, you can use code ZERK to match first deposit up to $100. We do have NBA today. We have a ton of NFL games this weekend. We also have a huge best ball tournament coming up for the playoffs where first place is going to get $250,000. So I will definitely be making a little breakdown video for you guys and putting that in video, probably putting it over on social media as well so you guys can get a bit more info about that. But if you want to check it out, definitely make sure you do go ahead and use code ZERK to match first deposit up to $100. Just won $150 last night on Monday Night Football. See all you guys, big dubs. Love to see it. Now, one thing I do want to say, I am recording this video actually after that Monday Night Football game. So I'm recording this video Monday night, and the next thing that we should be getting really from EA is going to be, I believe, Thursday, right? Thursday, they're going to come on, they're going to do a little stream. Crayla Dimension is going to go over the next promo. So what could that promo be? Well, I probably mentioned it in this morning's video as well, but I think it's going to be Campus Heroes 2. Because that's exactly what came out last year. So I'm going to go over that with you guys. It's pretty simple, right? Campus Heroes 2 and all the other stuff that we could potentially see this month as well. But let me know down below what other content you guys think we could see. Obviously, Mutt Leaks did tweet out a bunch of animations for stuff that we haven't seen yet, but we don't really know if that could be like January stuff. So I'm going to go over what we got last year, some potential, additional stuff we could see. And also one thing I've seen is people are thinking, well, maybe we won't get Campus Heroes 2 this Friday, but we'll get like Team Affinity, right? Like Team Builders or something. Who knows? All right, so Campus Heroes 2, guys, it's pretty much, just like Campus Heroes 1 from earlier this year. If we do end up getting it later as well, maybe this Friday potentially, that'd be kind of awesome. It would just be a bunch of Campus Heroes. Now, the overall, I'm going to guess 95, of course, right now, because all the set pieces, whatever, all the masters that came out with Zero Chill, 95 overall. You guys can see players we got last year. We got a good amount of players, some pretty solid players at that. Roy Williams right here. Roy Williams, wide receiver as well. Tony Dorsett for my Cowboys. It wasn't the craziest, I would say, honestly. It really wasn't like super crazy, but I feel like there are a lot of players that maybe EA has up their sleeve that they didn't give an upgrade to yet this year, or in general, just a card. Maybe Johnny Manziel. I know there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the game, but I would love a Johnny Manziel. So, yeah. Pretty simple. Campus Heroes, probably have some sets, some solos, training, stuff like that. And then next up after that, we would have the playoff promo. Now, when would the playoff promo be? Well, you would expect, again, probably a week late, right? Because, of course, again, there's 18 weeks. There's not 17 weeks anymore in the NFL season. So I would expect it to be a week later. So last year came out January 8th. So potentially like the 14th, maybe we would end up seeing the playoff promo on the 14th. Obviously, we do have Saturday games coming up here. We also have Sunday games coming up as well. So then they would have all of the playoff teams that could go through, make all the players. So maybe we'll see it the 14th. Maybe we'll see like the 17th on a Monday whenever EA decides to go ahead and do so. But you guys can see in terms of players, what exactly will we get in the playoff promo would be all of the playoff teams, and they would go ahead and get 2 95 overall players. At least that's what we got last year. You guys can see we had, Ryan Tannehill, Rashawn Evans. We had some pretty solid cards, honestly. Denzel Ward, that was a really solid card. I like the Antoine Winfield, had good zone, 94 speed, 5'9", so a little bit short. Of course, Jalen Ramsey in that playoff promo. So once we get closer to playoff time and once, the entire playoff bracket is set, I definitely we'll be doing a playoff prediction video where I'm going to go over players, but let me know down below right now if there's a team you know that is set to make the playoffs, my Cowboys. What players do you think that we could potentially see for that? Now, not only do we have these, high overall cards, yes, we got a 95 Mitch Trubisky last year. If you guys did not know that, yeah, we got a Mitch Trubisky. That was pretty crazy right there. So, yeah, 295 overall players. We also had some sets, some masters. There was actually multiple releases to the playoff promo, so it could be more than just one release. More than likely will be more than just one release. But the way they did it last year, which was a little bit weird, was the way you guys actually went ahead and got Steve Smith. You can see right here, exchange the playoff masters from the wild card, the divisional, and the championship releases, turn 97 overall playoff master Steve Smith. So it was kind of weird. By the time you could actually do the set, he wasn't as valuable. There was much better receivers coming out there, so that was kind of unfortunate. Now, along with the playoff promo, though, last year, they did kind of add in here some Super Bowl prep, where you could get Super Bowl prep tokens to actually use in the Super Bowl promo. So again, they can, just kind of lead it up from the playoff promo into the Super Bowl promo there. Of course, there'd be some solos, potentially some house rules, whatever. But there were multiple releases of the playoff promo. And as everybody goes through, as the wild card round is over and teams advance, we would get additional cards. We got limiteds and stuff. We actually take a look at all of the players that we got last year. As teams do advance through the playoffs, we will get additional cards. I think I might have said they were limiteds. They could also be, if they wanted to throw in LTDs this year, which I wouldn't be surprised with the way that EA has kind of done stuff, if instead of giving players just regular cards or additional sets, whatever, as teams kind of advance to the playoffs, to give them LTDs for players that have good performances. Would not be surprised to see it. But Devin White, Miles Jack, Allen Lazard. We also had John Abraham, Adrian Wilson, Joe Montana. That card was terrible. Joe Montana was terrible because I don't think he got Gunslinger, I want to say, was his issue. So yeah, that card ended up not being that exciting. But the playoff promo, if you have a theme team, or any players in general that would be on your theme team, more specifically so if you have a theme team, right, like a Cowboys theme team, you're probably going to get a little bit of help here. As I said, not only do you get the 95 overalls, but you can see teams that actually ended up doing solid in the playoffs, or specifically players like Shaquille Barry here, who had 3 sacks. He got a 93 overall card later on in the playoff promo. So if you have a team, if your favorite team is in the playoffs and they're going to do good, they could get a little solid upgrade. Scotty Miller here, he had that touchdown, 2 receptions, 36 yards, and a TD. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Darrell Williams, Rashad Fenton, and MJ Stewart. So pretty much if you have a terrible team, if you're a fan of a bad team to make playoffs, this promo is not going to be your favorite. Now, as I said, things are being pushed back another week because there's another week in the NFL. But with that, I don't exactly know when EA is going to drop Team of the Year, so there is potential that this Team of the Year promo cannot come out until the beginning of February, which I think is probably going to be the case, but really quickly, I'm just going to touch on it. Team of the Year is pretty much just some of the best players throughout the entire year. You usually can get a free one from solo challenges, and of course, if you guys have been playing your Team of the Week solos, you've been getting all those collectibles. You would exchange them and get your free Team of the Year player, and then also, of course, there's going to be packs in the store. There's going to be some sets that you guys can get done, and honestly, I like this promo a lot. You also will see right here, we did have some Pro Bowl LTDs, right? We had Fletcher right there, TJ Watt, who was the master for the promo at 97 overall, and then everybody else was 96. I believe every single player was 96. Maybe special teams was lower overall, if I remember correctly. 96. And were they all 96s? Yeah, all 96s and just one 97 with Watt. That's right. But you guys can see the list of players that end up getting cards. Russell Wilson, Dalvin Cook, Diggs, Justin Jefferson. Pretty much players who just had incredible years. So, of course, I'll be making a Team of the Year prediction video as well once we get closer to that. Now, on top of that, as I did mention, the Pro Bowl, well, we did have something very similar. If you guys remember the Devontae Smith and the Casey Hayward thing that just happened, there also were some Pro Bowl players here where we had A.J. Brown and also James Bradbury that you could then take up to a 94 overall. Very similar concept. You would get your wins, and then you'd be able to go ahead and vote on whichever player you thought you wanted to get up to a 95. And here's also a look here at the sets. If you wanted to get somebody like Stephon Diggs, this is exactly what you would need for the sets. There were some solo challenges. We had 100 stars. You got a Team of the Year NAT fantasy pack. This year, of course, would be NCAT with the way the EA is doing stuff. House rules right there for that A.J. Brown. and the other guy, I cannot think of his name, James Bradbury. And then, of course, we also had some training packs in the store for a random offensive Team of the Year player, Team of the Year fantasy pack, and a random defensive Team of the Year player as well. We also had a Team of the Year fantasy pack for Series 4 trophies, which we don't have trophies this year, so that's not going to be there. I will say also one thing that I kind of didn't like about last year was that all of the players were the same overall, right? So you could go ahead and pick up TJ Watt for a 97 overall, or all of these players were 96s. Well, it kind of took the fun out of doing like the random offensive Team of the Year player, random defensive Team of the Year player. Yes, some of the players were slightly more expensive, but if they were different in overalls, where let's say some of the Team of the Year players were 95, some were 96, and some were 97s, they could have a reroll where, you know, if you pulled a 97, you make a lot of coins, or if you pulled a 96, you'd about break even, and 95, you would lose. Honestly, I kind of prefer it that way instead of doing just random player, and some of them are slightly more expensive. And again, one other thing I want to touch on, which this is actually going to be like in February, but again, this was at the end of January last year, so I'm just going to say this. We did have some LTDs for the Pro Bowl. We had Deshaun Watson, we had Terry McLaurin, who was just a regular LTD, and then Justin Reed, who was just a regular LTD, which I wanted to showcase Justin Reed and Terry McLaurin here, because to remind you guys, we are getting Team of the Week back very, very soon. We're also going to have Wildcard Wednesday on Wednesdays and the Thursday LTDs, but we did get a Pro Bowl LTD Watson last year. So with all that out of the way, guys, that's pretty much all the content that I think we could potentially see in January. And as I did say, the Team of the Year and like the Pro Bowl stuff, all that, probably not going to be in January because, you know, there is the extra week now in the NFL season. So that stuff will probably be more so beginning of February, but we might get like some info about it towards the end of January. Maybe they'll kind of tell us, oh, this promo's going to be coming out, or they'll show some players, whatever. But with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below, and let me know, what promo do you think is coming out this Friday? Do you think it's just Team Builders? Do you think it's going to be Campus Heroes Part 2 again? I hope Campus Heroes. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.